Hello and welcome to TEW 2016. I'm here with my new series, Raw is War, Raw 1997, December 1997. I'm going to go off of, this is the first Raw after Survivor Series, after the screw job. Now, I want to explain some things first before we get into the series. I want to try and have two series going on this channel at once. I want to try and have that. I don't know how regularly I'll be able to upload with my college and work schedule that I'm going through right now, but I'm trying to get upload regularly. Over the past couple days, I've been uploading once a day. That probably won't be keeping up, but I will be trying to manage this series and the other one. I will try to upload one and then upload the next one. The next time I upload, I'll upload the next series. I'll try that, but there may be a time where I just get a whole bunch of SPW uploaded because it's a lot easier to record than this is. So, with that, let's get to my first Raw that I booked. I was born in 1997, so obviously I wasn't a wrestling fan the year I was born. So, obviously there will be a lot differences from my version of 1997, 1998 than what actually happened. I'm looking into seeing what actually happened and trying to take some stuff from real life in terms of the major historical things, but yeah. Anyway, let's get going with this. Let's go. Alright, so Vince kicks off Raw in the ring, and he says, "Last night at Survivor Series, you all may have been shocked at what you saw." The crowd chants, "You screwed Brett. You screwed Brett." And he says, "You have no idea what you are chanting. I didn't screw Brett. Brett screwed Brett. And I am now... And now, these two words... Wait. Shit, I left out a word. I am now banning these two words from the World Wrestling Federation. And those two words are Brett and Hart." And Steve Austin's music hits, and he comes out. Austin says, "I don't give a damn who you screw, Vince. All I want is the WWF title, and I want my shot at In Your House, you stupid sumbitch." And Vince says, "Austin, get out of my face. You won't get no WWF title shot because you are still the Intercontinental Champion." When The Rock's music hits, he comes out to the ring and says, "Well, Mr. McMahon, The Rock would like to volunteer his services to get the Intercontinental Championship off hit this redneck ass." And Vince says, "That's a great idea. At In Your House, we will have Austin versus The Rock for the Intercontinental title." And we go on to part 2 of the segment. Oh, man, look who's all involved here. Austin says, "That ain't gonna work for me. I told you, McMahon, I want the WWF title when Shawn Michaels' music hits." And he gets in the ring and says, "Well, Steve, you don't make the matches. He does," pointing to McMahon. "And as far as I can tell, whatever he says goes." And I would imagine Shawn says, "Especially last night." And Austin says, "I don't give two shits about what he says." And McMahon says, "Well, you should, you stupid redneck son of a bitch." And Austin says, "What you gonna do, screw me too, Vince?" And Bret Hart's music hits, but it's not Bret Hart. It's Owen. And he comes out, gets in the ring, and says, "Vince, my brother isn't around to get a match with Shawn. But I am, and I want Shawn to avenge my brother." And my thought behind having Owen involved in this is, in a real-life sense, having Owen and Shawn in a match at that point would have either been a really good idea or a really bad idea in the terms of, it might be really bad because Owen might start fucking shooting on Shawn, but in the other sense, it creates a big fight feel and stuff, so, yeah. Anyway, so he says, "I want a match with Shawn." He can't get a match with Shawn, but I am here, and I want Shawn to avenge I want to fight Shawn to avenge my brother. McMahon says, "I have a solution here. Owen, tonight you and Austin will compete in the main event in a rematch from last night. Except the Intercontinental title won't be on the line, but there is some stipulations. Owen, if you win, you will fight Shawn Michaels at In Your House. But if Steve Austin wins, you won't fight Michaels at In Your House. And also, Austin, if you win, you'll be able to pick the stipulation for your match at In Your House with The Rock. Otherwise, The Rock will choose." So, man, these guys are putting on performances. Nope. I need to complete his turn and his change, so we're gonna complete his turn. And did his gimmick change too? I guess it did. Okay, whatever. Alright. Pretty good match. Pretty good match and a decent match. Steve Blackman defeated Kane. I imagine it wasn't by submission. After a distraction from The Undertaker, which I don't imagine The Undertaker actually being physically there. His music hits, or some spooky shit happens. Kane gets distracted. Blackman nails him with some kind of kick or something. And surprise pins Kane. After the match, Kane beats the living shit out of Steve Blackman. Like, Steve Blackman gets his ass handed to him by Kane. And Paul Bearer? Yeah, Paul Bearer is with him, and Paul Bearer yells into the camera, calling out Undertaker or whatever, and that ends that segment. Alright, so a little hype video of Jeff Jarrett being stupid, doing, let me think here. Off the top of my head, what can Jeff Jarrett be backstage doing? That's stupid. He can be backstage unsuccessfully hitting on a group of girls or something, and or whatever. Just Jeff Jarrett being turned down by a bunch of girls. Why not? And then he goes out there and he defeats Scott Taylor with flying drop kick. Jeff Jarrett wins. I mean, he got rejected, but at least he won a match, right? He won a match. Alright, a video playing to hype up Vader, and he's up next. And Vader defeats Reckon. Yeah, Vader bomb. Vader wins. I need to think of some. I need to look at what they actually did with Vader in that time and see what to do with him. All right, so Shawn Michaels and Triple H are backstage. Shawn says, "It doesn't matter if I face Owen or not, because we all know that those har." And then Triple H cuts him off. Whoa, Shawn, watch your mouth. That word is banned. Shawn says, "Sorry. Like I was saying, that family is nothing but choke artists." And Triple H says, "And it doesn't matter who I face tonight for this," referring to the European Championship, "because DX is best." And then they both just yell, "Suck it," and go out of frame. DX, baby. Alright. Not as bad of a match as I thought. New Age Outlaws defeats the Disciples of the Apocalypse. And then after the match, they attack the Disciples of the Apocalypse, but then the Legion of Doom comes out, Hawk and Animal, and they take, well, I wouldn't say they take out the New Age Outlaws, but they clear the ring. Alright, Triple H is in the ring doing his little, him and Chyna are out there, and he's doing his little catchphrase, suck it stuff before the match. And he faces Bart Gunn for the European Championship, and he wins. He faces and defeats Bart Gunn for the European Championship. Makes defense number 1 of his European Championship. He beats him in 3 minutes and 43 seconds with a pedigree. So, yeah. Just completely squashes him. And after the match, Triple H just continues beating the living shit out of him. Because Triple H is not amused. He is not amused at the competition that they have given him. And is just keeps beating the shit out of him. I'd say he hits another 2 pedigrees, and then... No, he hits 1 pedigree, and then he lets Chyna hit a pedigree on Bart Gunn. There we go. A good match! Ken Shamrock defeats Kama Mustafa. I feel like the promo should have been before this. Hopefully I didn't accidentally skip over it, because it should be... I guess it'll be after the match. Ken Shamrock defeats Kama Mustafa with belly-to-belly suplex. Yep, here we go. After the match, wow, I didn't know Ken Shamrock could talk that good. Anyway, he says, "I will go through all the Nation of Domination before I get to The Rock. And then I will kick his ass and send him back to where he came from." So, Ken Shamrock is going after the Nation of Domination. And the main event of the evening, Steve Austin and Owen Hart. And about that, at Superb Wrestling and Great Heat, Owen Hart defeated Steve Austin. No, not by submission. I'll say by pass out. kind of like a homage to the whole Brett and Austin thing at WrestleMania. And Owen makes Austin just pass out after interference from The Rock, because if you remember, Rock has a big pull in this match, because if Austin were to beat Owen, Austin wouldn't get to pick the stipulation for Rock's in his match in Your House. So Owen Hart wins. He gets to face Shawn Michaels at In Your House. And then here we go. After the match, Rock, D'Lo, and Farouk of the Nation are attacking Austin and Owen when Ken Shamrock comes out to make the save. They clear the ring. I forgot to add something. Austin then not pedigrees, wrong move, stunners Owen Hart and walks out of the ring. I forgot to add that at the end, but that happens. Austin stuns people. Why didn't this do good? Enough attractive women on the show to satisfy your core. Okay. That, I gotta address that. I guess put Sable on the show. This show increased our popularity in 10 regions and lost in 11. Where did we lose? I guess we lost in America and Canada? I feel like that show would have been a lot better if I would have had the women on there. That probably killed the rating a bit. Ken Shamrock, Skull doesn't connect with the fans. Skull is I don't even know who the fuck Skull is, so I just imagine he's a jobber. Manipulating the locker room against Vader. Scott Taylor now has simmering tension. Sean. Dave Hebner against Vader. Dave Hebner, Kane, Vince Russo, Steve Blackman, Owen Hart, Mike Chioda. First off, why does Shawn Michaels have any influence over Owen Hart? Mike Chioda, Jim Ross, all of them, and Chad Patton. Oh, Reckon, Jeff Jarrett, Tim White, Bart Gunn, Road Dogg, Steve Austin, D'Lo Brown, and The Rock. They all have simmering tension with Vader because of Shawn Michaels. What in the actual fuck? How does that happen? How is Shawn Michaels that influential over anybody? I don't understand. Well, I mean, I understand he's pretty influential over the smaller guys, but over Owen fucking Hart? Whatever. Thanks so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.